Good morning, dear students. Welcome back to the session. Yesterday we were speaking regarding the indifference curves, isn't it? And we also spoke certain activities of indifference curves features, which is nothing but higher indifference curve gives higher the level of satisfaction, isn't it? So today we are going to speak about another type of indifference curve, which is two indifference curve never intersect each others. We know very clearly what do you mean by indifference curves, which means what? Any point lying on the indifference curves gives the same level of satisfaction. If that is the case, this is indifference curve 1 IC1 and this is indifference curve 2 IC2. And in indifference curve 1 and indifference curve 2 we made it to what? Intersect. Without making intersect we'll not get to know what happens. Okay, so they'll say two indifference curve never intersect. Why? What is the reason? So let us see by intersecting that. When we intersect, it becomes one particular point for both the curves IC1 and IC2. A is the point of joining, okay, and B is lying on the indifference curve 2 and C is lying on indifference curve 1. So now the points where A and B and C, they have different level of what is that purchasing level, combinations of purchase by the consumers. We know very clearly. So here A is 7 comma 10 I have given, and B is 9 comma 7, and again C is 9 comma, which is nothing but 6. It is there, okay, 9 comma 6, 9 comma 7 and 7 comma 10. So now when we make it intersect, they say that both will get into the conflict results, they will say. Why? What are the reasons? Let us see. If two indifference curve meet each other, it leads to the conflict. Okay, so they'll be getting fight. So what, how? Let us see. Now if we do this intersection, we can observe in the figure, as I have said you now, making it to the intersect, as point A and B lie on the same indifference curve IC1. See, observe, this is IC1, okay, indifference curve 1. A point and C point are lying on this this is the first indifference curve. So IC1, A and C are lying on this IC1. The same thing happens in this IC1, A and B, in IC2, A and B is lying, okay. So this is IC2 and this is IC1. In IC1, A and C are lying, and IC2, A and B are lying. So those utilities of A, which as I said 7 comma 10 and B is 9 comma 7, gives the same level of satisfaction, where in IC2, and even in A and C also 7 comma 10 and 9 comma 6 gives the same level of satisfaction, because both lie on the same indifference curve, okay. So that is a point here we have to observe. So next, after that, we have similarly, as point A and C lies in the same satisfaction, or what you say, the on the same indifference curve gives the same level of satisfaction. But A and C will give same level of satisfaction, but not B and C will give the same level of satisfaction. Why? Because B is on IC2 and A is on C is on IC1. So if you see that, what happens? A equal, if you see, it does not give the same level of satisfaction, they'll say. But according to the mathematical activity, if you see, A and C and A and B are intersecting at here. So if A is equal to C, if A is equal to C, then A is equal to B, isn't it? If A is equal to C, then A is equal to B also should take place, because why? Both are intersecting here, okay. If A is equal to C and A is equal to B, then B must be equal to C, right? According to the mathematical equation, B must be equal to C, but this does not happen. The reason is very clear. The level of satisfaction varies from B to C. B is having certain amount of goods, C is having certain amount of goods, okay. So if you consider, see here, B and C, we have drawn the dotted lines, okay. From B, what happens here? 9 amount of X1 good and 7 amount of X2 goods. So 9 amount of x1 and x2 is 7 amount. Okay, observe 9 amount of x1 and 7 amount of x2. What about C? This also 9 amount of, what is that, x1, but 5 amount of, what is that, x2. So that means which is bigger, either C or B? It is very clear, the B point or this point where the indifference curve IC2 lies is greater than the C. That means this cannot take place, both are not equal. This is higher than this. Okay, excuse me. So this is what happens. So continuation of this, we also have certain points. What are that? Let us see. But from the point B and C, as I said you now, we can observe that B point consumer gets the greater level of mangoes, which is x2 good, isn't it? Which is 7 units he is going to get. And with the same level of banana is 9. Okay, even C's banana, C point, okay, C point banana is also 9, which is, what is that, 9 comma, how much? It is 5, isn't it? C is 9 comma 5, whereas B is 9 comma 7. Okay, so consumer is better, he will opt for B in the point of C if you observe, because this is giving greater level of satisfaction. 1 unit is extra he is getting. Okay, no, not 1, it is getting 2 units. 2 units extra is getting. Okay, so it is clear that intersecting indifference curves, means indifference curve 1 and indifference curve 2, will lead to the conflict results always. And also it is the violation of rules of IC curve. What is the rules of IC curve? IC curve says that two indifference curve never intersect. Okay, and the indifference curve, every single indifference curve have same level of satisfaction. Okay, so that is the rule. So that rule will be violated if it gets intersect. Okay, since A is equal to C, okay, B must be equal to C, but it will not happen. B will not be equal to C. Okay, so IC1, what is that, IC1 and IC2 are the two indifference curve, as I said you earlier. So higher the indifference curve gives higher the level of satisfaction. Which is the higher indifference curve? IC2 now, because it is what getting the higher satisfaction level. Okay, so two indifference curve never intersect. Okay, never give the same level of satisfactions. That is the point we have to observe. Okay, so now coming to this particular point, giving this particular point, we are moving on to the most important topic, which is called as optimal choice. So what is this optimal choice? So optimal choice is very clear. Optimal choice, yes, optimal choice is very clear, since consumers are rational in nature, isn't it? We know why the consumers are rational in nature, because their taste and preferences are different. Okay, what 100 peoples have the level of consumption will not be having the same level of consumption with the 200 peoples, isn't it? That means the satisfaction level changes based on the taste and preferences, and also sometimes even the income also. When the income increases, he is ready to purchase more units of goods, isn't it? So keeping these points, okay, indifference curve and the budget line, both combination we are taking and we are putting in the optimal choice. See, in this chapter, not only in this chapter, in every chapter there is a link, one after the other. Okay, that is the reason we have done budget line, we have finished indifference curve, now we are coming to the optimal choice. So the combination of indifference curve plus budget line gives rise to the optimal choice. Okay, so let us small brief with the indifference curve and the budget line. What does it speaks? Let us see that. Yes, in an indifference curve, all combination gives same level of satisfaction, isn't it? In an indifference curve, all combinations gives the same level of satisfaction. Yes, we know very clearly, an indifference curve gives same level of satisfaction. See, this is one indifference curve. Every single point which is lying on the indifference curve gives same level of satisfaction. Okay, and indifference curve, all combination will not have same expenditures, isn't it? We know very clearly if expenditure is 20 rupees. Okay, if expenditure is 20 rupees, 20 rupees is can be consumed in two ways, isn't it? Lesser the unit also he can purchase, exact unit also he can purchase, isn't it? So that means you cannot expect the person, whoever the purchasing level person is there, will be purchasing with the same expenditure. He might save the money, isn't it? He might keep it for some other activity, isn't it? So here, but this level of satisfaction, whatever combination he purchases, remains the same, since it is the rule of indifference curve. Whoever the purchaser are there, whatever the combination is purchasing gives the same level of satisfaction, but he will not have the same expenditure spent here, where in indifference curve. Okay, whereas if you come for the budget line, all combinations are purchased by the same expenditure, isn't it? You say 20 rupees, all these combinations are purchased with the particular 20 rupees. Okay, you should not save not even a single rupees. That is what the budget line rule says. You should not at all save. If he is saying saving, we call it as, what is that? Inferior. The goods are inferior, we will not consider it. Okay, which is neglected from the consumer's point of view. So the maximum amount of goods consumed for this amount will be seen. So that is why we call it as budget line. All combinations are purchased by the same expenditures. Whatever the combination is there is purchased for the same expenditure. But in budget line, in this budget line, is not having the same level of satisfaction. See here, same level of satisfaction is there, but here same level of satisfaction will not get. Okay, it will differ. Okay, how? As he starts consuming the more unit of goods, its satisfaction level changes. Okay, so whenever the price decreases, he starts to purchase more. Whenever price increases, he starts to decrease more, isn't it? Purchasing level. So here satisfaction level will vary, where in the budget line, and this budget line is also called as price line or price constraint also. Okay, price line and price constraint. Okay, now let us see what is this optimal choice says. Okay, so if a point exists, like it is a combination of budget line and the indifference curve, if a point exists like optimal, where where it would be located, which means if you are calling, if it is an optimal choice, where that point should be, they are saying the optimal point would be located on the budget line. That means it should be on the budget line, then only we call it as optimal choice. Okay, fine, let us see how it is. A point below the budget line cannot be optimum. That means whatever the budget line is there, whatever the price line is there, below that, whatever the purchase takes place, cannot be called as an optimum choice. Okay, optimum means what? Maximum satisfaction for the amount what he is spending, that he is getting, who? Consumer. That we call it as optimum. So if it is below, we cannot consider it as an optimum. Only if it is on the point of the budget line, okay, we call it as optimum. So comparing to the point below the budget line, there is always some point on the budget line which contains at least one. That means what? Below budget line is lesser, below the budget line is lesser, on the budget line is greater. So on the budget line there is one good which is extra, okay, which is extra when we compare with the below the budget line goods. Okay, that is what we say. So that preference we call it as what? Monotonic preference. We have seen, isn't it? This also we have seen. When extra something is there, addition is there for the purchasing level, so that extra we are going to consider as a monotonicity, which gives him comparing two combinations, isn't it? Which gives him highest preferences, that we is going to call it as monotonicity. Like 5, 10 is a one bundle, and 10 comma 20 is another bundle. So 10 comma 20 becomes monotonic preference compared to 5 comma 10. Okay, so like that. So the point above the budget line will not be available to the consumer. Why? Because consumer budget constraint is there here. We should observe very clearly, in a certain amount only he has to purchase the products, not beyond the amount. That is the main reason the point above the budget line will not be able or will not be available for the consumer to purchase. Okay, therefore optimal choice will be on the budget line itself. So let us see how it is optimal choice stay on the budget line through the graph. Yeah, if you can observe this graph very clearly, yeah, you can observe. So you have here IC1, IC2, IC3 and IC4. So before starting this, I will put the number of level of satisfactions: 10, 20, 30 and 40. Now we have used the budget line, we have used the indifference curves. Okay, we have used the budget line, we have used the indifference curve. You should observe very clearly. Okay, so there is below the budget line also indifference curve is there, above the budget line also indifference curve is there, on the budget line also indifference curve is there. Okay, so now as a rational customer in the economy, we always try to have maximum level of satisfaction for the amount of good whatever we are going to purchase. If that is the case, in the highest indifference curve, higher indifference curve gives higher level of satisfaction, that we have seen in the past session. So in that case, if he is a rational consumer, he is going to opt which particular indifference curve? This one. Because why? It is giving higher level of satisfaction. Okay, but if he is giving higher level of satisfaction, whatever the level of income, it is very less. So according to indifference curve, it is a point of where he is getting greater satisfaction. But when the combination of budget also is there with him, it cannot happen. So it cannot take place. So now if you consider, let us consider these 2 points on the budget line and these 2 points also on the budget line and this one single point on the budget line also. So now whichever the indifference curve which we have drawn, like IC curve 1 and IC curve 2 and IC curve 3 and 4, the budget line crossing, okay, or the budget line meeting are the combinations of purchase. So that means what? A and B, okay, which are on the IC curve 1. Okay, see, IC1 is intersecting at a point AB, same level of satisfaction is getting, isn't it? Here it is intersecting, what budget line is intersecting, and here also it is intersecting the budget line. So here this and this will have same level of satisfaction. Why? They lie on the same indifference curve. Next, A dash and B dash are also intersecting here, okay, which also gives the same level of satisfaction, isn't it? A dash and B dash will also give the same level of satisfaction, but what? Here there is one single point is intersecting at this particular point. At this particular point, the good x1 and x2, even here also x1 x2, here also x1 x2, okay, satisfaction level is there. But here it is intersecting, exactly it is intersecting at this particular point. So at this particular point, this curve becomes straight. Here you should observe the curve will become like this, okay, it will become like this, and this becomes a what? Tangent. When this becomes a tangent, this becomes the point of intersection and this becomes equilibrium, we call point of equilibrium. So when it is tangent at certain point, this point gives maximum level of satisfaction for the consumer's income, okay, for the consumer income we say. So if this is maximum, then these two are inferior. You cannot consider this or this. Since this is giving for exact amount, okay, maximum level of satisfaction. For example, if you are getting the good for the amount whatever you have, like 500 rupees good, and you are getting 200 kgs of rice for 500 this thing or rupees, then will you not opt for that? Yes, you will definitely opt, because for your amount so much level of satisfaction it is giving when you compare to this and this. Here you also had a budget of amount, you have also spent certain combinations of goods, but it has not given what? Greater level of satisfaction. This was one level of satisfaction, this was another level of satisfaction, isn't it? You have never what is that, come across with so much amount of goods of satisfaction. But here your amount is also spent at this particular point, and it is giving you greater level of satisfaction. So you are going to consider this point as a point of equilibrium. And even at this point, the budget line and the indifference curve both will become equal. Okay, both will become equal. When it is equal, same amount of money, you are getting maximum amount of satisfaction. Okay, so let us see. This is the point of explanations of the curve. So where there are certain points, let us see based on that also. Where on the budget line will optimum bundle be located? See, this is the budget line where the optimal point is located. They are searching either here or here or here or here or here. Where the point at which the budget line just touches on the indifference curve would be optimum. See, it is just touching here at this point, which becomes the tangent to what? To this indifference curve. Where the tangent takes place and where exactly it touches, that particular point become the optimal choice of the consumer. Okay, so let us note that any 2 points on the budget line other than the point of which it touches, okay, of IC. So any 2 points means these 2 points might be, these 2 points might be either other than this point. Okay, other than this point touches the indifference curve, lies on the lower indifference curve, isn't it? As I said, you know, this is lower when you compare to this, this is lower when you compare to this. Now these both are lower when you compare to this, isn't it? This gives greater level of satisfaction compared to this both. Okay, so that is the point we are going to see in this indifference curve, which gives maximum level of satisfaction. That is what even I have written here. A dash B dash lies on IC2, yes, you have seen, which gives higher satisfaction. Okay, we'll give the A dash B dash since it is higher the level than the AB point. So if you see that this is higher satisfaction when you compare to this curve. Okay, when you compare to AB point, A dash B dash gives satisfaction level high because it is the just above this particular indifference curve, it is there, isn't it? And you know very clearly two indifference curve will have different level of satisfactions. Okay, so budget remains same but higher satisfaction changes, as we have know here. See here, budget is same for A and A1. Okay, budget is same but satisfaction level is different because this is IC1 and this is IC2. Okay, and yeah, point on the point of the equilibrium, if you see now E lies in IC3, will have here the budget also same but higher satisfaction takes place. So E point is optimal choice. So we consider that point E, which is called as I said you now, this gives the higher level of satisfaction since it is touching here. Okay, indifference curve is touching here and gives the tangent here. So greater level of satisfaction according to the indifference curve and the budget line. The maximum satisfaction is going to get who? Consumer. Okay, and the IC or indifference curve just touches the budget line is the highest possible indifference curve, gives the consumer budget set. Yes, that is true. So what is the consumer budget set? X1 good and X2 good will be purchased in a maximum amount for this so much amount of money. Okay, so if he is getting maximum goods for so much amount of money, like for 20 rupees, if he is getting 50 units of good compared to this and this, see, it is 30, let us say. Okay, it is 30. Now don't want this units only. If you take 30, he is getting 30 for 20 rupees. That means it is a maximum satisfaction he is getting for this minimum amount. So why will he go for this and this? He will never go. He will go for this itself. So this is what happens. Now if you see this particular point, it is 40. Yes, you might say, sir, it is 40. You can also go for this. But see the amount, what is the income is there. So M, it is nothing but income, is restricted, as I said you earlier. Okay. So in the budget line, there is a restrictions. That is 20 rupees only you need to spend, and it should be spent completely. You should not keep not even a single pie. So that amount is spent here maximum, but he cannot spend here, because here if it is spent means nothing is left out here. So it is not affordable for the consumer, this curve. Okay, so it is very difficult, he will not buy this particular goods. Yes, next, the bundles. Okay, the bundles on the higher indifference curves above the budget line is not affordable. As I said you now, this particular, what is that graph, which we call it as IC4, though it is 40 units of satisfaction it gives, he cannot afford it, he cannot buy it, because his income is just 20 rupees. Okay, he is maximally, he is being satisfied over here, since this particular point is being what is called as point of equilibrium. Both budget line and indifference curve are equal here. Okay, next, at this this is the that was the optimal choice. So based on that, there are certain what is that points when you talk about the optimal choice. Point number 1 is, at the point of equilibrium, budget line should be tangent to the highest point, isn't it? See here, this is the budget line. At the point of equilibrium, it is tangent. See, it is tangent here. Okay, it is tangent for this first point. Second point, at the point of equilibrium, both BL and IC should be equal. Yes, see here, at the point of equilibrium, budget line, it is what is 20 rupees. Okay, indifference curve, it is also getting maximum level of satisfaction. So here, for the amount what he is going to get will be maximum level of satisfaction, we say. So that is why we call it as both are equal. Both are equal in the sense, this is when it is being coming here, it becomes straight. Okay, and it touches. So when it is straight and it is also straight line, that means both are equal here. Okay, the curve is also straight. Okay, and the budget line which is drawn is also straight. So at this particular point is a point of equilibrium, both the straight line it becomes, and it becomes equal. Okay, so both become straight and that becomes equal. Yeah. Next, budget line should be convex to the origin. Yes, that is true. See here, this is budget line, it is convex to the origin, it is not concave to the origin. Okay, it is convex to the origin. So hence this is about the optimal choice, and this is most important. Usually they will be asking for the 4 marks questions. Probably they might also ask for the 6 mark question also. And one more small thing I just forgot to say you, when you join this, see, let me join. When you join this, yeah, you will get the x2 good of so much amount and x1 good of so much amount. Okay, which means both the good are maximum they are going to purchase at where level, at this level. So this is the level where the equilibrium becomes equal with the budget line. Okay, so he will be getting greater satisfaction. Okay, so hence this point we call it as, it is a point of optimum choice. Thank you, students.